Hello and welcome to this very messy corner of my sitting room. This is my dining table, which doesn't get used for dining. It gets used for my craft stuff. And I wanted today to show you this junk journal that I've made, or you could call it a trash journal. I suppose that's more of an American term. It's the largest journal I've made, and I've assembled the basic book, and then I'm going to decorate it and do some work in it. So I wanted to just flick through it and show you what's in here before I get started. So I came across journaling on YouTube and watched loads of videos, and then I began watching mainly American videos about trash journaling, where people use packaging and didn't really disguise the fact they were using the packaging. It was more about celebrating the packaging and the colours and the patterns on it. So before I was using things like these packaging pieces, and I was making, say, journal cards out of them and then covering them in something pretty. So these are book pages that I've glued on to make something really nice. But what these trash journals showed me is that you can use the original packaging and you can show it off and work with it and display it. So this is my big journal, and as you can see, I started this one in June and I gradually put it together. I've used Amazon cardboard for the cover. I don't know how well my binding is going to stand up to this journal getting fatter and fatter, so we shall see whether it withstands that. So I'll just do a quick run through, nothing too long, about what's in here before we start. And it is free stuff, really. It's either things that I picked up for free, or where I bought groceries, for example, or any kind of like beauty products or anything like that. I've saved the packaging and used it. So it's not like I've been buying loads of expensive stuff, sort of expensive papers or anything like that. We've got a leaflet here from an art gallery. We've got this foil packet, which was from a box of tea bags. It's quite fragile, the foil, it rips easily. So I've glued it over some cardboard to make a pocket. There's a couple of cards in here. That's my flyer, and I just cut that up because I like the wording on it. That's from a gallery, from a leaflet at gallery. And then we've got a rather nice chocolate wrapper. There's this beautiful pink colour. That's from a pack of Ryvita. This is a gel print, and that's done on tissue paper, so you get that really nice crinkly sound. That's a run-off sheet from gel printing. There's some packaging from some plant-free goujons. Weird word, goujons. They weren't that nice, actually. I mean, they're okay, but not really Moorish. There's just a couple more little cards I've made in there. And another bit of that flyer where I like the wording on it. That's from a soap wrapper, a soap bar. What's that? Oh, that's just a journal card. That's where I've used a book page. And if you find a recipe book and it's got an index, that can be really nice for making journal cards, because then you've got all this lovely wording on here and you can look down the recipes and think, I'd like that, wouldn't like that, wouldn't eat that. We've got, that's a bit of packaging that I've made a little tag out of with, I don't know where that elastic was from, something or other. We've got, that was from, I bought some pairs of scissors and they came on cardboard packaging, which I really liked because there wasn't any plastic, and that's unusual for packaging, it's mainly plastic. So we've got chocolate wrapper. You'll notice a theme here, I do like my chocolate. That's where I bought Pritt sticks. This is from a paper bag, where I've just chopped the top off a paper bag. Book page. These are from when you buy nets of fruit, like citrus fruits, and you get these really nice labels. And I do think using up the packaging like this, it can make you appreciate the design and the shape of things as well. And I also was quite interested to see where my food comes from, which country is supplying it, because I don't think we always notice how far things come. That's from where I bought celery. That's another pocket. And that is from where I've used acrylic paint on paper. I've just used a sponge and just dabbed the sponge in the paint and then dabbed it on the paper to make a pattern. That's just kind of waste paper from gel printing. This is more food packaging. I think that's from falafels. A bit more of a Pritt stick packaging there. I like having things that lift up and down and round and whatever, just make your journal more interesting. A witch hazel stick, good for insect bites to stop them itching so much. I do like these window envelopes, but I don't get a lot of post now. Pretty much everything, bills certainly, comes by email. This is just, I put some papers together to make just a little booklet. It just sits in there. That is just a bit of cardboard with, I rolled off some colour on there when I was gel printing. Book page. That's from a bottle of squash, fruit squash. And again, like the tea packet, that wrapper is quite fragile, so I glued it on some cardboard to make the pocket. There's just odd bits in there. This is from porridge oats, bag of porridge oats. It's quite nice, thick paper. That's a chocolate wrapper. And more, I think that's from oat cakes, I think, in there. Chocolate wrapper, tut-tut. Porridge oats. I've glued that on some cardboard. That's another soap wrapper. These are quite nice. These are from, that's some clothes. I think they might have been leggings that I bought. Those are quite a nice shape, really, when you think about it. And that slips in there. That's just an envelope that I began decorating. Those are from a recipe book. That's just an odd little circle of paper that I punched out and stamped a little bird on. That's just a rather silly little drawing that I did, and it's got watercolour paint on it. Brown onions from the Netherlands. A little leaflet and a book page. And this, I love this. This is from a really old magazine, and I don't know who this lady is, but I love the picture, because if you think about it, most women in paintings, well, they're not clothed for a start, and they're looking coy, or they're looking demure, or they're trying to look sultry, or I don't know, it's some kind of stereotype. But her, she's looking straight at the viewer. She's looking you straight in the eye, and she's got quite a defiant look on her face. She's not shy and demure, and she's pointing downward, and I think she's pointing at her shoes. I think she's saying, look at these shoes, aren't these shoes lovely? It's a brilliant picture. I won't be covering that up. I might cover up some of this wording, but she can stay. We've got porridge oats, a packet that had couscous in it. Just a bit of a cardboard in there, waiting for something to be done with it. This is a leaflet that was in with a CD. A couple of little cards, and that's from a packet of tea. That is from a pineapple. So that would have had a little plastic piece in there attaching it to a pineapple. That's some packaging from where I bought some printing stamps. That's another pocket made from a box that had Pritt sticks in it. Vegetable spring rolls, very nice they were too. And this envelope opens, and this is one of those, if you went to a fancy dinner, you might get one of these on your table to show which number table you're sat at. And I found those in a charity shop. There's just a little page that opens out like that. Another falafel pack. This is a paper bag, and that's the bottom of the paper bag whose handles are earlier on in the book. Yeah, that sticks out like that. We've got another journal card. That one's obviously from a Pritt stick packaging. Got a little pocket there. I think Yeah, I need some more double-sided tape or glue on that because it's supposed to stick down as a pocket. That is from a box of shower gel that I bought. 3 little bottles of shower gel from the Body Shop. And what I thought with that is I would put something behind there, so you've got a little picture there, and then also put something here so that you can do that, and you also get something else that you can look at. That's just a gel print that wasn't one that I particularly liked. We've got this little package here that had printing stamps in it, and this is just something I've already decorated. This is just some cardboard. If I can undo, can I undo it? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is just from an art gallery, a leaflet, and that's a bit of cardboard, and I stuck gel prints on the outside of it, added a couple of buttons, and then put some beads on there. A little elephant that was on a bracelet, and that just stays in there. We're nearly at the end now. So a bookmark from a sculpture gallery. That's just a little pocket with a book page on the front, and just some random bit of cardboard there. For Ivita. Chocolate wrapper. I got rid of all my DVDs recently because I was never watching them, and I really like the piano, so I kept the little sleeve for that. That makes a nice pocket. And that is just some packaging probably from an Amazon parcel, and I just sprayed it with a combination of acrylic ink and alcohol ink rather, and acrylic paint. And we've got a book page here, and that again, that's acrylic paint and alcohol ink. Shower gel, that was peeled off a plastic bottle. I'll probably cover the writing up but leave the flowers on show. Chocolate wrapper, I eat too much chocolate, don't I? Vanilla yogurt package, and I've just made this into a kind of little booklet. That's a vintage birthday card. It was originally a pop-up one, but it was kind of falling apart, so I just glued it all down. And that's just some odd watercolour paper. There's a bulletin from church, which I think I will leave some of that on show. I like that picture, so I'll probably leave that showing. And here we've got another porridge bag. Just some leaflet that came through the door. And a window envelope with, that's from a packet of tea bags. And more paper that I've stenciled on and used paint on. So that's my big chunky junky journal, and I'm going to decorate that. Did I apologise, by the way, for the state of my hands? Because I look like I've got filthy hands. I can't remember if I did. It's from using alcohol inks. You just end up with really mucky looking fingers. So I don't know whether I did. So I will. I apologise. Yeah, that's my journal. So I'm going to get on with decorating it, and I will come back and show you when I'm a bit further along with that. So hopefully you enjoyed that flick through of my journal, and if you did, I'll be grateful if you could either leave a comment or leave me a thumbs up. It just means that someone else might come across this video. That's how the YouTube algorithm works. So thank you very much for stopping by, and maybe you'll see me again. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.